Welcome back to my channel, guys. In this video we will create an awesome drawer animation in React Native. I was inspired by Diana Dubina. She created this amazing and awesome looking drawer animation. I will show you my way of doing it in React Native by using the Animated API, SVG and Masked View. Before jumping into VS Code, I would like to thank you to Valentin, Jack and Drustikon for supporting this channel, buying me a coffee and donating via PayPal. And by the way, if you'd like to support this channel and my work, the link to PayPal and buy me a coffee is down in the description. And now, let's play the intro, jump straight into VS Code and start building this beautiful drawer animation. Alrighty guys, so I'm here in VS Code. I've created a project using Expo and I've added a couple of components already. So let me start with the data first, what we have in the util. So we have a list of routes, we have a list of links, which are those guys from the bottom, and a list of beautiful colors grabbed from the internet. And inside the app component, let me close now the sidebar. Inside the app component, we have a view. Inside the view, we are rendering this custom drawer and a different button that will toggle the drawer. So this is the screen without the drawer opened, and this is when the drawer will be opened, right? And inside this custom drawer, I have a view. Inside the view, I have the close button from the top, and I have the menu itself. And the menu itself, the way it's styled, is it has justify content space between, so it's creating this gap, and its parent has some paddings to create this gap from the top, bottom, and the left, right? And inside we have two different views, one with the buttons for the routes and one for the buttons for the links. And this button, it's a component which I've created, which is a touchable opacity, and inside it has a text, and it's getting the on-press label and style as a prop. So here inside, when I'm iterating over the buttons, I'm adding the route, the on-press and the style, but I'm also passing the color. So first, for the first big links, the routes, I'm passing the colors and the index by the index. And for the small links, I'm offsetting the index with the routes length +1. Basically, I'm offsetting it, right? And now what I would like to create is the animated SVG, right? And for that, let me import the SVG, and we will use the polygon from React Native SVG. And we are also going to need the dimensions and width and height. From dimensions get screen, right? And inside this view, I would like to display the SVG, and I'll have SVG. Inside I'll have a polygon, and for the SVG I'll pass the width of the screen, height the same, so it's gonna be stretched based on the screen size, and also a view box of 0, 0 width and height. So it's X, Y, width and height. And right now we don't have like nothing, we have nothing to display here. So the custom drawer, there is a polygon, right? And the polygon will have a field. In our case, let's go with red, just to make it visible. And another param is the points. So points, it's basically a set of coordinates x, y that's gonna define the points where the polygon should draw. And it's a set, right? It's an XY, XY. It's a set, it's a pair of XY coordinates. And in our case, we'd like to start from the top left, so 0 and 0, X. Then we would like to move with and stay in the same position with the Y, so it's with, and then it's 0. Then move down here, so it's basically with, we remain on the same X position, but we increase the height, so the Y from 0 is gonna go to height, and then we will move to the left. So width is 0 and then height. And now we have a polygon that's covering the entire space, which is the desired behavior, I'll say. But now the thing is that we would like to start, this point should start from these coordinates. So initially it's gonna be closed, and we would like to animate those two XY coordinates to this point, right? And in our case, we are talking about this pair of items. So let's define the from and to coordinates, from where to go to where to arrive, right? So we'll have a const from coordinates, which is an object with X and Y, so X and Y, and the same for to coordinates. And in our case, we would like to, as we said, so we don't want to have it cover the full screen, so we would like to have this point down below, and the width is gonna be 0, right? Because on the x-axis we are at 0, but the y is gonna be the height, right? So x is 0 and y is height. And when this is gonna be opened, we would like to have exactly this pair of coordinates. So x is gonna be width and y is gonna be 0. And instead of those hard-coded values, I would like to map directly the from coordinates y and from coordinates x and y. And now this will start from here. Let's do just a little playground here. You see, so if I'm decreasing just 40 pixels, you see that this is visible now. So let's go back to it. Now the funny part is to animate those two from and to coordinates, right? And for that we will need to go to the app here and create an animated value. So const animated value, it's equal to React use ref, and then it's gonna be a new animated value. So animated, I don't have it, value, but this time is not a value, it's a value xy, because we will animate both x and y, right? And the initial value is going to be the from coordinates, and we will get a current. And now let's create the animate method that will animate this animated value, right? So we'll have an animated, actually this is a method that will receive a to value, and we'll return an animated timing, and this time we'll animate the animated value. We'll go to a value if the past param, actually let's do type. It's funny, right? So type, if type is equal to close, I would like to go to from coordinates, otherwise to coordinates. This is basically what I'm trying to say. So this, I can say to value and play around with 0 and 1. So if to value is equal to 1, I would like to go to coordinates, otherwise it's from coordinates. It's the same thing. And we like to pass a duration of, let's say, 2 seconds, and we will use the native driver for this type of animation. And with this animate, because the component from here at the top has the onOpen drawer, which is a callback. Let me pass this without dependencies. We can start the animate, right? So we will say, if to open the drawer, call the animate value 1, so we will open it and start the animation. And now if I'm pressing on the button, it's gonna animate it. And if we pass this animated value to the custom drawer as a prop, we can add an event listener, right? So we will have, I don't know the syntax by heart, so add listener, right? So go back to the custom drawer. Here we will have an animated value, and when this component will be mounted by using the use layout, use effect, we would like to add an event listener to it. So event listener will get a value and we will do something with the value, right? And this polygon, we would like to animate those two values. And in order to do that, we cannot just interpolate the values. We need to make this polygon an animated polygon and get the ref and apply the native properties. So let's do that. Let's go here and create the animated polygon, which is an create animated component by the polygon. And with this animated polygon, let's add it here and create a ref. And the ref is gonna be polygon ref. And this polygon ref is gonna be React use ref. So now that we have access to the polygon ref, we can apply the native props. And here before in the event listener, I would like to say if we have a polygon ref current, do the following. So polygon ref.current, and then on it we will set the native props. And the native props for this one will be the points prop that we're passing to the polygon itself. So points. And the points is gonna be the same value here, but instead of the from coordinates and x and y, we will have the value dot x and value dot y, which is the interpolated value. And now if I hit refresh and play it, you'll see, because I'm listening to this animated value change and I'm setting the native props for the polygon here, I get this nice effect, this animation. Let's play it one more time. So this is the point from this coordinates. It's moving this in the top right corner. And now the part that we would like to do next is to apply the masked view. So let me start by importing the masked view. So import masked view from React Native community masked view. And inside the custom drawer component, I would like to change this container view into a masked view. So masked view. And with the masked view, we have a mandatory prop that we need to send, and that's the mask element. And the mask element in our case is gonna be the SVG, right? So the SVG is the masked component. And the way this is working is that the component that should have the mask should have a background, like the mask should have a background color transparent, and this is the default background for SVGs. But let's go to these styles, to the SVG, and apply different styles. So style, I'll add background color of blue and hit save now. And this, okay, so you see this is the mask element is not masking the child here. I thought that the background color of the SVG was already transparent, but it's not the case. So because this mask element doesn't have any any component or any element with a background color transparent is not gonna mask anything. So for the SVG, we need to pass a background color transparent. And now the entire child will be masked by this SVG. So this green doesn't actually matter. What matters is the SVG to have a background color transparent. So hit play once again, and now I would like to also press on the X or press on those and close the drawer. And to do that, we need to go here on the close and copy the animated value here and do the animate to 0, right? And we open it, and now if we press on the service, it's gonna close. We open it again, we close on the X, and it's not possible because both icons are on top of each other, so they overlap. And to do a small trick here, we can interpolate the animation Y and move the initial, so this button. So let's do it now. And in order to do that, we need to create an animated ant design. So ant design, and instead of manifold by ant design, we will use the ant design animated, so we can animate, we can pass some animated values, and we will create a translate x, which is an animated value dot y, and we will interpolate it. We will have an input range and an output range, and for this guy, when this is closed, I would like to have it at position 0, and when this is opened, we would like to have it outside of the screen. So the input range will be 0 and height, because it's the y-axis that we are interpolating it. So when the height is gonna be 0, it means that the drawer is filling the entire screen. So we would like to move it outside. So 100 and then 0. So this is the 0 here, and the height basically it's when the drawer is closed. So if I'm applying those this translate, you will see that this will move along with the animation, but I think it's too heavy, so I'll add just 0.3 and apply a clamp, extrapolate clamp, so we don't care about the outside interval other than this one from the input range. So now it's gonna animate, right? And the missing part is to set the active route, so we'll have a line through the item. So to do that, we will have an selected route and set selected route, which is a React use state by the routes, the first one. So the first one will be the selected one, the default one. And when we press on a route button, we would like to have the on press called, but also we like to set the selected route by the route. And where we also apply some styles, we will say the, I don't know exactly what's the syntax here, so text decoration line, it's line through, so copy paste this one. So we'll go colors by the index, and here we will add the text decoration line through only if the route is equal to the selected route, otherwise it's gonna be none. So hit refresh, open up the drawer, and now get started is selected, and when I press on services, it's gonna select it also. And the last piece of this drawer animation is to animate the menu itself based on the X animation value position. And let's create here the translate x. It's the animated value x. We will interpolate it. We'll have an input range and an output range. And this time we'll have 0 and width. And when the width is 0, it means that it's minus 100, so it's not visible. When the width is width, we would like to have it at 0. And also apply the same for the opacity here. But when it's not visible, it's gonna be 0, otherwise it's 1. And if I'm going here into the menu, make this an animated view, and pass the opacity and transform translate x. Hit save, refresh, and now the menu will also animate based on the x position. So if I'm going to the duration 400, make it faster. This is looking great. That was it, guys. Thank you so much for staying with me so long. If you have any comments or any issues, don't hesitate to leave a comment down here in the comment section. I'll do my best to help you out. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and press the bell icon to be notified whenever I'll post a new video. Once again, thank you so much for supporting this channel and staying so long with me. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.